TST Gaming, your destination for all things Halo.
What's up, Spartans? Batman here to go over the second map review for the winter update, this time with the map Detachment. Now, this is a relatively new map, and so there is still things that can be explored further into the season. However, I'm going to give you as much information as I can so you can have a head start. So, over here I started on North Spawn. Now, the main setup for this game, or this map, excuse me, is that there's an island over there. There's basically a blue base over there, as you can see. There's kind of a middle base, and then there's this red base. So this is called North Spawn, right? Down here we have a drop wall, sorry.
Well constructed, Spartan.
If you go in here, which is a really good place if you're trying to get away from enemies, you can drop down through that window, try to go to, juke them to the left or go straight across. Over here we have the commando. We have the skewer, which doesn't give you tons of sight lines into the enemy base, but it does create some sniper versus sniper conflicts, as well lets you kind of cover what's going on over at what has been dubbed the Island of Power. Now, over on this base as well, if you come up here, which is pretty much the north platform as it says, but the main platform you have a battle rifle. So there's usually either a battle rifle or commando
Burst
there.
fire, Spartan. Burst fire.
And on the other side is going to be a commando or battle rifle. Typically, that's how I've found it. And then you got a little green area right here, which is a courtyard. This is North Courtyard, so that'll be South Courtyard. There are some spike grenades here, as you saw. We're going to go back through the bunker. We're actually going to go into this other part, which is the main base over here. And each side, blue and red, has a side that will lead in, or a platform that will lead right into, in this case, North Elbow. Both sides have this. It's a symmetrical map. So the North Elbow right here, there's spots to hide if they come through, because it is connected. Or if you're just trying to let your shields recharge for a minute. But there's no other real tactical advantage besides hiding or recovering. That's pretty much it. Now, right here, as you can see, there's a drop-off. This leads you from the courtyard into the stairs for the bunker. You can jump back on here to get right back into that action. Now, in here, on both sides, is going to be the pulse carbine, which has really been improved with the winter update, almost too much so, in my opinion. But I do like seeing that's getting used a lot more. So right here, we have some dynamo grenades, which we could swap out to. These are perfect for in here because of the fact that it's really narrow. And with flags, when you're playing flags like Covert 1 flag or even just regular flag, going from red base to blue base, a lot of times people go straight across. And so there's a lot of narrow areas that you can just throw these grenades and chain some kills. But as we're over here, bottom mid has the Hydra, which also a really great spot because you can kind of use the walls if they're jumping to try to get some splash damage on them if you don't think you can land that hit. Over here we have Sneaky, which we'll go into in a moment, but right here it's called the Junction, the T-Junction. So right across, which right there is active camo. Now you can get there from either side of the bases. You can jump on the rock if you're trying to get to it closer, if you're starting from over there. And active camos here, or it will be over shield. And then right across again is the Island of Power. Now there's two main ways to get over there. And one way is through the man cannons, which we do have one right there, one right there. Or there's a teleporter further into the main base that I'll be showing you that will take you directly to there. So this is called the perch right here. Now, we'll go over to the Island of Power in a moment. Let's actually go back and explore Sneaky and beyond. So, Sneaky right here gives you pretty good sight lines into some drop-down vents, which I'm going to actually show you where they originate. If you go back to red base, remember this was the little hideout area. This was the pulse carbine. I skipped this part, but you can actually drop down. And at the bottom should be plasma pistol or mangler. I haven't seen a disruptor, but it's possible because those three are usually the ones that rotate. So this is where Sneaky is, right here. Now, one thing I really enjoy doing, I think it's just a lot of fun if you have some spike grenades and a plasma pistol, is pick up the plasma pistol. We'll pretend like this is it. Charge it up. Throw a spike grenade or two. And when they start to come down, you can release the plasma bolt. And then just switch and pop them. I got at least a double or triple a few times just doing that alone. So this is where the portal is right here. The teleporter that leads you to the island of power. As you see, we have right here a blast coil, which with all the tight quarters of this part of the map can be very dangerous. We have a repulsor right here in this little control area in the basement. We have the identical weapon that's there. Will be the same one over there. But over here, you're going to get a shotgun or a heat wave, depending on the version at the time. Now, as you see, this leads to the courtyard for blue side. Same thing for over here. If you go the opposite, you're going to be on the courtyard for red. So, with blue side, it is identical. You got the skewer. In the back, you're going to have the commando. And in the front, you're going to have the plasma pistol. You have the drop wall, drop shield. See, there's battle rifle. You're going to come over here. Again, it's going to be just identical. Commando right there. Little sneaky area over here. Now, I find this area is a little bit darker, as it's a little bit darker than the red side area of the elbow. It might make it for a little bit easier for you to hide and blend in a little bit more. But with the outlines, it makes it difficult. But here is the blue side vent. Again, that's where a plasma pistol or the other pistols will appear. And pulse carbine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over to the Island of Power, which is pretty much the last thing. I mean, this map isn't as big as I thought it was. In fact, when they first... Oh, I did miss this. The Disruptor. Let's be on both sides. And again, you have your spike grenades. So when you warp over the island, you have one power weapon, and you have a grapple shot. So, when you go through the teleporter, it should put you right here. And that's a trick you can also do, is to sneak into that base, the main basement, is you can use the grapple shot to get to the island and vice versa. Now, what I usually use the grapple shot for, especially an objective, I don't usually warp over using these because it's very loud. And people know that you're coming, and you're on a predictable trajectory, and that can actually make you easier to kill. So, instead of doing that, what I like to do, aside from the little trick with the teleporter and the grapple shot, is if it's, say, flags or covert 1 flag, I grab this rocket launcher, I grab the grapple shot, and I just grapple shot. Because no one's going to be expecting it. It's an unexpected trajectory. You have some decent shots, and then you're kind of in top mid, right where you can cover the power-up. Now, but again, if you're trying to be sneaky, going through the teleporter at the top of the island is the smart play. But again, very symmetrical map. Red side, blue side, main base. You also have the basement, and you have the island. I thought this was supposed to be a big team battle map, but apparently, I mean, I don't know if it's in big team rotation. I don't play big team very much, so if it is, please be sure to comment down below that it is. I know it's not in ranked, but it's actually really good size for 4v4. When Covert 1 Flag was out, I was playing it quite a bit to get some footage and just to really try it out, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. And having 4v4 on this map felt right, and so I was really shocked that A, this wasn't big team battle, and B, that they didn't try to put it into ranked or anything of that nature. It could be because the island and it's just a little different of a map, so I think they're going to put it in the same box, if you will, as the launch site and behemoth maps, where they're good for 4v4, but they're not going to be competitively in the rotations for HCS or the ranked playlist. The only one I know that's going to be in the ranked playlist and HCS from this season
Banker
specifically
inbound.
is going to be the Pit as well as Argyle. But that is all we have for this map guide. If you want to see more map guides specifically for Forge
Spanker
maps
available.
or remakes of, or Forge remakes, excuse me, of old Halo maps or what have you, please be sure to let us know in the comments down below so that we can do that in the future for future content. But if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching TST Gaming, and until next time, just play.